Call the meeting to order. Public meeting statement. Pursuant with the requirements of the Open Public Meetings Act, adequate notice of this meeting has been published in the Burlington County Times and Courier Post on the 18th day of January 2026 and the Pine Barrens Tribune on the 16th day of January 2026. Additionally posted on the official bulletin board of the Township of Pemberton on the 12th day of January 2026. Those wishing to be notified of changes to the scheduled meeting or notified via email or regular mail. Stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, please. Roll call, please.
Mr. Dewey?
Here.
Mr. DeCharleroi?
Here.
Mr. Ward?
Here.
Mr. Doyle?
Here.
Mr. Harper?
Here. All right. I understand we need a few minutes in closed session for some contractual stuff. Looking for a motion.
Motion to a closed session.
Second. Roll call.
Mr. Doyle?
Yes.
Mr. Dewey?
Yes.
Mr. DeCharleroi?
Yes.
Mr. Ward?
Yes.
Mr. Harper?
Yes. All right. We'll be back as quickly as possible. I just need the business administrator and none of the other people have to come in. Sorry.
I don't mind. They might not have there right now. They're free while unless they're good here. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. My daughter has seen it. I thought it was I got time. My kids are good. Everyone done? That's good. I have I used to count mine here, and I already have a job that I got to job. I had to take out my rental check. I didn't know. And that's the same thing. So it's kind of like that's what this part of so one has
Congrats. Getting married well. One more. Nice. Married? Let me know when we're ready.
I'm ready when you are.
All right. All right, please sit down. Thank you. There'll be no action taken as of the closed session. No formal action, I should say. Next up is public comment. Council's intention to preserve the level of respect, courtesy, and civility required to conduct the public business. In this regard, the council should be addressed during public participation as a collective body and not individual members. In order to respect the speaker's time, council members will not engage in a dialogue or debate with the speaker. However, council members should feel free to ask the speaker a question or questions once recognized by the council president for the purpose of clarification. Council members can offer comments on the speaker's remarks once the speaker has concluded his or her 5 comments in their allotted 5-minute time frame. All right. Council,
Mr. Council President, could I?
Yes, go ahead. Council Doyle wants to make a short statement.
The one thing I noticed, Harry, about that that statement that you read before the public comments begin, it says it's our intention to preserve the level of respect, courtesy, and civility. And then on top of that, at the end, it says council members can offer comments on the speaker's remarks. As of late, it's more than as of late. I've noticed there's a lot of negative comments towards council members, which is understandable, and it's allowed. There's also been a lot of harsh, arrogant, and rude comments and accusations of irresponsible employees. So I'm going to go to bat and say I'm going to respectfully request that if that's the way things are going to go, then it says we can respond to their comments. It doesn't say anything here that we have to. So we could do as a school board meeting or as a county meeting, and we could just keep the speakers rolling. There's no need to comment if we don't want to. Thank you.
No problem. You are correct, Mr. Doyle. All right. With that, first person up. We really wanted to make this short.
Oh, that's okay. Is it on already?
Good evening, everybody. My name is Marty Garfunkel. I'm the president of the Browns Mills Improvement Association, proudly serving our community since 1918. I'd like to take a minute to share a few upcoming events that really reflect what we're working toward, bringing people together, supporting our residents, and strengthening the community. We're starting with some important opportunities to get involved in the upcoming Water Carnival. On April 20th at 6 p.m., there will be a float building meeting at the BMIA building, followed by a volunteer meeting on April 21st at 6 p.m. at the Nesbitt Center. These efforts are being organized by the Recreation Department, and BMIA is proud to partner with them to help support participation and community involvement. And I will be at both events, and I truly hope to see some new faces. The Recreation Department also held its first float building seminar last week, and I want to emphasize that there is real support available for anyone who wants to participate. There are experienced people who can help guide you. There are materials available, including barrels that can be used to build floating platforms, and either an actual boat that has been generously offered for someone to use. This doesn't have to be a big, complicated project. It can be something as simple as a couple of canoes tied together with a small platform and a group of enthusiastic people. I will say I was disappointed that no one came to that first float seminar, especially knowing that we have both the support and the materials available to help people get started. But we're not giving up. Last year, the Water Carnival was canceled, supposedly to a lack of participation, and we all know how much that event means to the community. So this is really a call to action. If you want to see these traditions continue, this is the moment to step forward, because real events in real community don't happen behind a keyboard. They happen when people show up. On April 22nd at 7 p.m., we are hosting at the BMIA a fire prevention and wildlife preparedness night at the BMIA building with Fire Chief Craig Augustoni. This will be a practical and information session where residents can learn how to protect their homes, what to do in case of emergency, and how to prepare for the wildfire season. We'll also be providing light refreshments to make it a welcoming and comfortable evening for everyone. Then on April 26th at 2 p.m., we're hosting AMPed, which is art, music, poetry, and dance. This is a free event and a creative showcase for the community featuring local performers, spoken word, music, and artistic expression. It is a chance for people to come out, share their talents, and support one another in a really positive and welcoming environment. Moving into May, on May 1st at 7 p.m., we're hosting our paint party. This is a guided painting experience where participants are led step by step by an instructor, so no experience is needed at all. You leave with your own finished painting, and it's a fun social night. Tickets are just $40, which is very reasonable compared to similar events, and that price includes free food, so you get dinner and a painting, which is a pretty good night. I do have tickets with me tonight, and we do accept PayPal, Zelle, or cash, and yes, cash is still king. Then on May 2nd at 8 a.m., we'll be out of our Clean Communities event at the Presidential Lakes Fire Department. This program is part of our Public Works Department, and they provide everything needed, including gloves, bag, and support, even pizza and soda afterwards as a thank you to everyone who comes out to help. This is our last cleanup before summer break, and it's a great time to come out, give back, and make a visible difference in our town. And finally, on May 9th, we'll be hosting our Italian dinner for just $10. It's an affordable night out where families and neighbors can sit down together, share a meal, and connect. We'll also have door prizes from local businesses, which helps strengthen those partnerships in town. I also did mention that BMI memberships are very affordable, just $15 for an individual and $20 for a family for the entire year. Those memberships directly support everything we do, from community events to beautification projects, including areas like the Triangle at West Lakeshore Drive and Clubhouse Road, as well as other spaces we've adopted. If there's something in town that you care about, something you'd like to see improved, we will work with you and help make it happen. But real change doesn't happen behind a computer screen. It happens when people show up, get involved, and take pride in the community. And from where we stand, we are seeing real positive change in Browns Mills. The town is absolutely beautiful, and the people here are truly wonderful. I invite everyone to come out, get involved, and be a part of what we're building together. The future of this town isn't something we wait for. It's something we show up and build together. Thank you very much. Have a good night.
Thank you, Marty.
Hey, good evening, guys. Lionel Lee, 250 University Avenue, Lake Valley section of Pemberton Township. First of all, as a fellow civil servant around town, I want to say I respect all the seats. Mr. Doyle, good comment, good point, well taken. And I want to start with my comment tonight is in reference to the change of government. I guess a question that's probably going to be on the ballot or whatnot. And I have a story that I want to share with the township residents about my town of Flint, Michigan, when we had a water crisis and what part our sitting government and our mayor's office played in that decision that was made that resulted in the poisoning at that particular time. And Mr. Saluda, stop me if I say something that's not legal or not true or whatever. Stop me. In the state of Michigan, when your sitting government is deemed unproductive or dysfunctional, the governor can issue or assign an emergency manager to handle all your township affairs. Everything. The council has no say. The mayor has no say. Flint was under emergency managers at that time. When the situation came up with the water, there was a decision to be made whether we stay with the Detroit water system, find our own, or build our own pipeline. That one individual, without no counsel from the city council, the mayor never had a choice, and they definitely didn't. He definitely didn't talk to the residents. He made that decision. He only answered to the governor. And so, as a result, the rest is history. So my point here is, this way of governing, whether you like it or not, is used primarily around the country. And unfortunately, sometimes elections have consequences. Trust me, I know. I've lost a couple elections around here. But I ain't went nowhere. I played by the rules, got in the next election, next time I won. So my position on switching this form of government, I disagree with it. I want the question, hopefully it'll be clearly explained on the ballot so it won't confuse the community as to what decision they're being asked to make. And I guess that would be my 2 cents on that issue. Thank you.
Thank you, Lionel.
Good evening, everyone. I'm sure that comment by Mr. Doyle was directed at me. If you all have complaints about what I say, prove me wrong, is what I say. So if you have complaints about what I say, prove me wrong on what I said. So far, no one's proven me wrong. Let's start with transparency. On March 23rd at Tabernacle, there was a resolution called approving the authorizing and execution of a shared services agreement with the Township of Tabernacle for administrative and subcode official services that became effective April 6th. What was that shared services? Oh, code officials for Pemberton Township at $13,400 a month for the rest of this year with an additional 4 years option to continue. How were they able to approve that knowing dollar amounts without some type of secret meetings going on here? Since there was nothing public here or no votes on our end. And $140,000 for 9 months of work for someone who already does 4 days a week at Tabernacle and about 4 other days a week at municipalities. So that guy's raking in what, $500,000 a year for code official? I don't know if that's true, but if you look at the daily rate and how much with everywhere he works, that's crazy. $13,400 a month for possibly 1 day, 8 hours a week. That's $450 an hour. That's probably more than Mr. McCucken gets paid here. All right, next is the UEZ 180th anniversary merchandise website. From what I can tell from Oprah, we've got no agreement with the person, the company that's making this for us. That's intellectual property, that logo. If there's no agreement with someone in writing for them to be allowed to use that, we've opened it up to anybody to go ahead and make their own merchandise and sell it with that logo. How do we do business with a company to sell merchandise for the township with no written agreements? And, oh, by the way, the owner of that company is the daughter of the fire chief at the Goodwill Fire Station. Last week, someone mentioned about want and need because there's no budget. That shouldn't be just when we're thinking about the budget. That should be year round, not want and need, not spend $1,000 on water bottles. Is that a want or a need? That was a want. We did not need that. There's other things that we purchase that are nice wants, but that all goes against the taxpayer. Financial disclosure statements, they're due by the end of the month. Make sure you actually enter all your sources of income. I found one that someone didn't already. K. Hovnonian, 5-year tax abatement on the ordinance that you guys are looking at introducing tonight. Why are we giving tax abatements to developers? They either want to build here or they don't. Why are we going to give them a 5-year tax abatement? Last, Oprah. What are government records? According to the law, it's any paper, written or printed, book, document, drawing, map, plan, photograph, microfilm, data processed or image processed document, information stored or maintained electronically or by sound recording or in a similar device, or any copy thereof that has been made, maintained, or kept on file, or that has been received in the course of his or its official business. Let me reiterate, data sets stored in a database are public records. Someone can ask for the whole database if they wanted to. That's all I've got.
Mr. Salka, to be clear, sir, since you directed that towards me, I'll be happy to comment on that, sir. My comment was friendly and in general in nature, and trust me when I tell you if I had something to say to you.
And mine might not be so friendly in nature. My name is Deborah Skipper. We've been in town since 1962 as a business and have gotten involved in the last couple of years to hope to see this town turn around. And I'm hoping a few of my words do not fall on deaf ears, and there might just be some self-awareness in this room. The nastiness, the unfounded accusations, the name-calling has got to stop for this township to move forward. You're forgetting these employees and people have feelings and families. They want to come to work, they want to do their job, they want to go home to their families, same as you. Think how you would feel if someone came to your job, if you do work, and accused you of stealing, challenging your character, your integrity, and questions every decision you made, which is in your field and what you were hired to do. I'm not sure you would like that. Let's just let that sink in. We are losing qualified township employees because of your thrashing of them constantly. Are you aware of the audit that came back clean? Clean. It came back clean this year. Do you really think that they all come to work to think, how can we rip off or steal from the township? Most are township residents themselves and live among us. You should be ashamed and embarrassed. As you're aware, just a few years ago, they received are you aware, just a few years ago, they received 56 OPA requests a year. 2025, there were 1,078. This year alone, they're on track to do 1,200 OPA requests. I'm sure they're coming, and not sure, I'm sure they're coming from just a few people because we see him post constantly on social media. Think about 1,200. That's over 5 requests a day. Some a lot more. Now that's going just by the work days, not 365 a day a year. I'm sure it's going to come back. Keep in mind that each request has to be researched, sent to the appropriate departments. Each page must be read and redacted of phone numbers, names. Some of these pages are requests are pages and pages and pages long. Then you have the person who asks the same question a few times or just rewords it. This all must be done in 7 days. You are not using the OPRA for what it was intended for. You are weaponizing it against the residents and the township officials and the employees of this town to slander. Just to give you a small example, The amount of time spent on $600 and some split system to give the lifeguards a place out of the sun, the time spent for permits, the electrical problems, is what was found to bring it up to $4,000. But you insisted on countless open requests for information. Then just last week you posted about asking for every rental property in this township. Is that commercial and residential? Can you imagine the amount of time that would take to redact all the names, the phone numbers, let alone he puts in there that this is the second time I've asked for it. I asked for it before. It's just such a waste of our townships. We could be doing so much more. We need to start focusing on the good happening, the farmers market, all the great events at BMIA, the paint and sips, the water carnivals, the dances, potluck dinners, karaoke, freedom parade. The rec department has numerous events going along with White's Bogs. You are your own worst enemy. You have a chance to make a difference in this town, and instead of that energy, you use it to sit behind a computer and bash people in the township and find someone you think bought a $600 split air conditioning system wrongly. Maybe use it to promote all the good that is going on. Shame on you for having nothing else to do. It's not a shame, it's downright sad. So instead of sitting on the fence waiting for someone to make a wrong move, why don't you move? No one should be this unhappy in their own hometown. Thank you for listening.
Thank you, Mr. Guttner.
How's everybody doing? How are you doing, Mr. Doyle? Oh, that's great. If you want, I can send you a picture of myself with the American flag behind me. Oh, man. First, before we even get to the resolutions, I just wanted to make a quick observation. The February 4th and February 18th minutes are already up on the township website. So I'm guessing this is just here to get approval, again, just to make sure it's all on the record. All right. For 1/31/2026, my question is, what exactly are the agreements going to do for the township, and will these agreements benefit the township or the development for Greenberg Farm? 1/32/2026, my question is, what cost will this grant money cover for the National Night Out? For 1/34/2026, my question is, what kind of playground equipment is being purchased, and what parks will these equipments be installed at? For 1/35/2026, my question is, was Earl Paving the only bidder? And when does the project start, and about how many miles are planned to be milled and then overlaid? For 1/37/2026, my question is, how much will the digester cleaning be, and will we be doing it ourselves, or are we going to be subcontracting this out? For 1/38/2026, my question is, how much will the dam inspections be for the 2026 year? For 1/39/2026, would you be able to divulge a little more into exactly what this means? Is this like the final step of getting rid of the property for the new shopping center that we're going to get? For 1/43/2026, is this the final amendment, and when should we see construction begin? For 1/44/2026, my question is, what is the township's plan for repaying the bond anticipation notes, and will this lead to future tax increases or utility rate hikes? For new business, my question for number one is the $4,000 for the portable toilets for the entire year, or just for a certain time period within the summer? And how much is the bill list? And I just wanted to say to the BA, thank you for contacting the state. They did a great job grading my road. They did a really good job. In fact, I was out there and I ran out, gave the guy a Gatorade and said, would you be able to do the inlet from the highway to the street? He was more than happy to do it. So thank you very much for that. I also have a couple questions. Do we have a definitive date for the Mirror Lake revitalization project, where they're going to put the new lights and the new wood and sandblast the metal rails? Also, can we get speakers for the back of the room? Because it's sometimes very hard to hear the people that are either up here at the podium or you guys in general. And when I say you guys, Harry and Dan, you guys are very soft-spoken. No, not. I said Harry and Dan. And can we also get a status update on the... What happened? Oh. Can we get an update on the budget? And can we also get some leaf machines for the township for fall? I know it's going to take a while to get them, but it would be nice to have some leaf machines for the community. And that's it. Thank you. I would like my street paved, but can't get everything. Oh yeah, I do want a statue out front with my little camera tripod there, so the employees can admire me. $500,000? All right.
$500,000 on the bill list.
Thank you. I asked for 131 and 130. Well, almost everyone.
3 bids on the asphalt. And Earl's the one who got it, was significantly lower than the other two.
Well, I do know Earl is a quality company.
We'll be discussing the other stuff later in the meeting.
All right.
Thank you.
Have a good one.
All right, good evening. Jermaine Williams, Princeton Avenue, Pemberton, New Jersey. I recently moved back to help care for my mother and grandmother, and I noticed we're down to 1 trash pickup a week, and it seems to, it's on that Monday, which is the same as federal holidays, so then you kind of have a backup of trash either on the lawn, in the garage, whatever. And my question, my comment, my concern on that is, when you all go into bidding, or has it been considered to go back to 2 days a week? And how does that, how does that coincide with zoning, since, if I read correctly, you have to keep your property in a state that would not basically look dilapidated or have to be orderly or something to that effect. So since there's kind of that cause and effect with the lack of pickup, is there going to be that consideration to increase it back to 2 days, if not more, but 2 days at a minimum a week? And if so, when would that occur? And that's it.
First of all, Ms. Williams, welcome back. Sorry for why you're here. Yeah, we had a big trash issue. Was that last year, Josh? 2 years ago. And unfortunately, it was put out to bid, only one bidder. And the astronomical prices that were quoted to us, and unfortunately, with 1 day pickup, you could probably pretty much double the price for a 2 day pickup. That was the only thing they offered, was 1 day a week. And what's even more astronomical is the tipping fees, which is per truck going to the dump, continue to go up. So we're at the mercy of that with the county. We can't do too much about that. We would love, there's nobody here that wouldn't love to maintain the price that we're paying and have the 2 day pickup. It was something that was quite convenient. But right now, how much longer are we locked into this, Harry?
This contract runs out March
March of next year?
next year, yes.
Yeah, so we're locked into this, unfortunately, for 1 more year, and then hopefully we'll have some more bids and some better offers.
Okay. Follow up to that. So has zoning kind of relaxed enforcement on that?
Short answer, no.
Mm-hmm. So then is there a suggestion for the residents who, a lot of them are elderly, retired military, if they don't have grandchildren or aides to assist them, they do the best they can. So is there a suggestion for them of what to do with excess trash, excess recycling, in the meantime until you all go back into bidding?
I can tell you for the recycling bins, you're permitted, it's 2, right? I believe it was. You're permitted 2, and if you needed another one, you would just have to purchase that.
Okay.
So that should help you there. But as far as, unfortunately, the trash bins, I'm up to 2 trash bins myself. They're not provided by the township, though. You have to purchase your own.
You can purchase as many as you need, or is there a limit on that?
You just can't have them out front or anything like that. Certain hours of the day, you can put them out the night before, but not until after a certain time.
Okay. All right.
Okay?
That's all.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Pat Guthrie, 317 Birmingham. Correct me if I'm wrong, Perry. When there's a holiday that falls on Monday for trash pickup, they usually pick up the next day.
Right.
So, I guess for the last gentleman, they should be picking up the day after the holiday. So I know I haven't had a problem myself. But anyways, the number 131, 2026. Is this where we're supposed to be saving the money with Greenberg Farms picking up a bulk of the expense for running the lines, the water lines and everything? Is that what the fair share plan is? Number, I'm sorry, 134, 2026. I know Alex asked. I'm curious about which playground we're spending $147,896 on, and what type of equipment that is. And if you can shine some light on the site access and indemnification agreement, number 136, for egress and equipment storage. Where is lot 787, lot 3 and 4? Because I couldn't find that on the township map. And then 139 and 143, I'd like to know what that refers to when it comes to the shopping center plans. The ordinance for introduction, number 14-2026. I'm curious about this 5-year exemption and abatement law also, if that's something we should actually be introducing. But if you can answer those questions for me, I'd appreciate it.
Patty, on the 136, the agreement with the Wawa, the lot that they're basically asking permission to use the township's property there, where the rails to trails is. They have to do some site remediation on the back of their property, and it's easier for them to access the back of their property by coming in from the township. And part of the agreement, from what I read, is that they can't interfere with anything to do with the opening, the train station, any parking of our residents, or access to the rails to trails, as long as they can comply with that. That's part of the agreement.
Okay.
I can handle 134 because I had asked questions about that myself. This is for, let's see, the Pole Bridge Park. It's going to be that textured covering that they have mandated for all play parks now, and also the equipment there. And the funding for that was already approved the year before, and it's already in the accounts, and part of it is also covered by grant. So it's already covered. This is just authorizing us to use it.
The one having to do with Greenberg?
130, we're definitely going to discuss that at length when we get to it, Patty. So if you give us a little leeway on that one.
And 139 and 143. They look like they're kind of connected. They both affect block 775.
Yeah. Joe, you want to speak on that real quick? Because I know you were handling that stuff.
Correct me if I'm wrong, this is having to deal with the 100 Browns Mills Pemberton Road project. This allows the redeveloper to use some money set aside in escrow to help with the remediation, get that started.
So both of them are kind of like just saying, hey, we need to get these things passed so we can have a mediator?
Essentially, yeah.
Okay, and the ordinance for introduction with the exemption and the abatement?
Again, I'm sure that's going to be discussed at length. If you give us a little leeway on that, we can, answer all your questions at that time.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yep.
Hello, my name is Vicki Adams. I live at 613 Sander Drive, Bronx Mills, New Jersey. I would like to address the vote on March 18th, the resolution 117-2026, on hiring a construction official, or should I say, shared service agreement with Tabernacle. Someone sent me the shared service agreement, and it says that we are paying for this construction official $140,000. Now, this is a part-time official. Fridays only. Okay? Because he's committed to other townships, and according to the things I've got here, 4 other townships have him on contract. Okay? Guys, we're supposed to be saving money, not spending it. This is I watched the video about when this was done. Not one of you brought this up for discussion that night. And I'm actually ashamed of a couple of you that I know that are really picky about budgeting and making sure that the budget gets done right. But it wasn't brought up. And like Mr. Swaka, I believe where it says, something that was done in private. Because you guys did not let us know that we're hiring somebody for $140,000 that's going to be here 1 day a week. Okay? Pretty sad. Okay? He's being paid an enormously high salary and providing us with 1 day. I'd like to know how this is saving township funds. The agreement reads like a settlement. Once again, you are overspending money. Mr. Boyd was fired by the current BA when she was community developer. Now he is hired. Is this because we are now under the DCA investigation and you know by law the township needs to have a legitimate licensed construction person? Also, I have stated in the past that our current and past community developer people were not qualified. I have researched and I have looked up. Gotta find it here. On the CDA website, what a community developer's qualifications are. Master in Public Planning, Master in Urban Planning, Master of Economic Development, or Master of Community Development. At least one of them. Okay? There's 5 things that they do, 6 things that they do. They situation analysis, do a community profile. They identify the needs and the problems in the town. They represent the community. They do planning. They implement implementation of the planning and evaluations. The UEZ CD is supposed to, okay, that's a different sentence. Sorry. Okay. Mr. Benchini told us his qualifications were 1, retired law enforcement. It's not a qualification on the DCA website. Administrator and Director of Public Safety in Beverly. Not on the CDA requirement stated. And did security work. Nothing to do with community development. Okay? Rosemary said it was the best fit for the candidates that applied. Well, we should have waited until a credentialed candidate came up. Mr. Benchini and Rosemary should not have spoke untruths, and this council should be researching for themselves what the qualifications are. Now, council, can each of you tell me if you personally researched the qualifications, or did you just take Rosemary's word for it? Because she's not qualified according to what she does and doesn't have. Mr. Dewey, I believe it was the last meeting you stated this outfit is full of people who are not qualified. Can you explain why and how you came to that conclusion? You obviously see the same thing we see, but the rest of this council wants to continue the path of speaking untruths. You had a problem with the rec department director salary, but not with this one for the with the tabernacle situation. Why not? In January, seniors were told the budget was cut, so they were losing 4 trips. The rec budget was cut. How is the rec department doing things like Women of the Pines? And I'm not taking anything away from those women, okay? But that wasn't in the budget, okay? So why are we speaking yet another untruth, either by the council or the administrators, when we're asking these questions of where did this money come from? I stand here not for myself, but for all of us to get truthful answers of these questions. And I find it funny that tonight you bring up that conversation about, oh, we don't have to answer the questions. Well, I hope you do, because Harry just told Alex that he would answer them later. Why can't you answer them before us all? You are supposed to be transparent with us. You guys are hiding crap. You're hiding it.
Harry, can I answer this?
Yes, Mr. Dewey.
I wish you worked this hard on the school board.
Excuse me, this has, what I do here has nothing to do with the school board. And you don't know how hard I work on the school board.
Well, I can see our taxes are going up 26%.
Have you sat in every school board meeting?
And when we go to your meetings, you guys don't answer any questions.
I'm not the one in charge of that. I think we should answer them.
Yeah, well, you don't.
Well,
and, right, and you're on the school board, and you're responsible, and the other members, for raising our taxes 26%.
So I like how you're passing that on me.
I'm just getting started. Let me finish. You come in here, you should clean your own house before you come in and try to clean ours. Okay?
Okay. Tell me what I need to clean.
Do a better job on the school board. People in here elected you.
Excuse me, I'm one person out of 9. If you look at my voting record, you will find that my voting record is the best. I'm answering his question. She's making a comment about me. Go check my votes. My votes were no on a lot of those things that you're accusing me of.
And so are mine.
Yeah, I know yours, but I still need answers to these questions, which I'm sure I'll never get. And I hope.
Well, you might get them if you be quiet. Our new construction official is the top of the line. There's nobody better than him.
I'm not saying he isn't top of the line.
Vicky, no back and forth. He's answering your questions. That doesn't mean you reply back. Let him answer your
Anybody else can reply back. You let Miss America, you let Miss Guthrie, you let other people reply back to you. I'm not allowed now? I understand Mr. Boyd may be good at his job.
He's very good. Okay. And that's why he's here.
I'm for $140,000.
And she didn't fire him. Hornicle and Jack fired him for a BS case.
$140,000.
All right, that's enough. Okay.
And we have to pay Social Security stuff and everything.
Keep up the good work at the school board. There won't be anybody left in town.
And as we were saying earlier, this is why we try not to get into these confrontational manners here. If you let us answer your questions, it doesn't mean you can yell back at us.
Mr. Harper, when you were speaking,
disrespect to
Mr. Harper, when you were speaking to Mr. Costa and you told him you would answer his question later, you didn't mean in private. You meant because we were going to discuss his question, the question he had on the ordinance.
In open public meeting.
Thank you, sir.
Yes. Exactly.
Good evening, everybody in general. I noticed when I was reading the agenda, one of my questions was the portable pots. I want to know how many of those portable pots will be ordered for putting every single park. I travel all different towns, and you know what? Everyone got 2-3, 2-3. And we have sip in here. I just hope that every single park here in Pemberton Township, they deliver one portable pad. We go to the bathroom 24/7, okay? We just don't go to sleep in the winter. Okay, now my next thing I'm going to bring it up. Will be in reference to the police chief. In a very nice way. I want a question to take it to the commissioners. I've been asking this like a song. 530 East and Route 70 East. The last action, I'm aware, happened April 2nd. I'm leaving for this building in here when all the commotion was going to 530 East. I coming up across to a very bad accident. I saw so many ambulances, so many police cars. As a firefighter, I never been see that in my life. I do not know what happened, but what I wanted from the police chief is to have a report for me for day one when that stop sign in that part in there, they stay screwed it up and the county screwed it up. And the people are dying for no reason at all. I want a copy for day one, and I can approach the commissioners. I wanted 2 copies, one for the commissioner, for the county, and one for me. And I intend to just go this week. I cannot tell you what day I can be there. Just tell me which office I gotta go. Because last time they told me I don't have nothing to do with the police department over there. I got to go to one of those offices in here. I just want to know directly which office I got to go. I need those reports. For me to go complain with the county and fight with them, it's not for myself. I take the road every day. I don't want to be the next one will be across sitting and there in my name, okay? We have to do as a county, as a state, as a township, we have to work together as a team. Now, with the police, I'm traveling from our road one night. There is 3 vehicles with 1 light only. Now, we have to be more prepared. Pull them over. I used to get pulled over when I had one eye out. To me today, seeing, did you see that right and left in the highway, county road, township roads, and nothing has been done about it. Okay, I also want to touch up in residential aid. When I'm going to the back road, crossing the bridge, I will coming up to a stop sign, that will be Washington Boulevard there if I'm not mistaken. If I want to make a right turn, that's a black intersection. The people got a beautiful house there. They got some shrubs there. They are very high. I live in a crossroad, and I cut my shrub 4 feet high. That's the law. But these people have a beautiful place in there, and they had it at least 6 feet high. When you come to the stop sign, want to make a right, guess what? You're going to be in the center of the road. If you get hit, good luck. That presidential aid, please. I know they give us some salmon to the poor guy across the street. That was not a black intersection in there. In his side. But in this side wasn't. Nothing has been done about it. Okay, I like to know, in reference to the train station, the trail. I walk in the trail. Who owns that trail right now? Pemberton Township or the county? I want to know because they tell me a different story. When I'm done, you can answer me. I want to know. The reason I want to know, because I will confront the county. I attend their meetings when I can attend their meetings, and I bring my problems. Because that trail needs a toilet too. I want to know who got to put those toilets in there. And thank you. I hope the Sycamore Hall is coming up.
Thank you, Ms. Phillips. I'm sure you can talk to the chief of police about the possible reports on the accidents. I'm sure the rec director can give you information on the porta potties, where they're going to be put. Yes, right now we do own and take care of the rails, the trails, but the county wants it, and we're talking with them about it. And I think that's it. Anyone else for public comment? All right. Up.
There you go, Rob.
All right. Oh, good evening, everyone. How y'all doing tonight? All right. Pete King, 247 Amherst Avenue, Pemberton. All right. First off, I would like to bring up some of the things that the schools are doing here. The JRTC cadets are actually next week traveling to Fort Knox for a national radar competition. We're also going to be going down to Florida soon for a national drill competition and a national fitness competition for the JRTC. So in as many years as, from what I understand, that has never happened in the Pemberton Township ROTC, where they've gone to the nationals 2 years in a row. So that program is doing awesome, and Colonel Tuchek's doing a great job. I'd also like y'all to know that Military Child Breakfast is going to be on April 21st. And currently our seniors are down in Disney for their senior class trip. And tomorrow night at the at St. Anne's, they're having the senior prom. So that's a good event to go to if you haven't been there before. Also coming up on May 2nd for the Clean Communities Act, Troop 145 is going to be out there. They're trying to get money for their kids to go to summer camp and stuff like that. So anybody who would like to go out and help Troop 145, put your name down on the list to try to help get them a little bit money. You know, the money goes to the kids getting to summer camp. And then, let's see. Oh crap, where's that? I think. All right, and also at sorry, I'm trying to find this one real quick. There's a blood drive or a CPR class going to be taught at the Browns Mills United Methodist Church, and there is a sign up, and it's been posted to all the different pages. I want to say that's Girl Scout Troop 60235. Sorry, not sure on the number on that, and I lost my page for the reference. But, and that is so that they can take, those girls are, this is their last year in Girl Scouts, and they're taking a trip up to Canada, is what they're doing with that money. So they're way short, but hey, if you need to get your CPR updated, hey, you're supporting the troop, and you're getting your qualifications updated as well. And our troop, we're still doing the camp cards, and hopefully we're going to be doing some flowers, Mother's Day flowers. We're going to help. I'm still waiting to get permission, but once I get that, I'll send you all a notice to let you know. And then my question on the 5-year abatement Is that going to affect? I mean, is that how much are the schools going to lose on that one? Out of curiosity, because as y'all know, we are in dire need of money all over the state, and several states have been taken over already or several sections have already been taken over by the state and whatnot. So, and we're losing millions in federal aid as well as state aid. So, do you guys have any questions for me? Oh, come on, Barry, you asked last week, man. All right. Say again. Okie dokie. All right. Well, y'all have a great night and have a better one. Cheers.
Anyone else for public comment? Seeing none. Up. All right. Don't be bashful. I've never known you to be bashful.
He's got nice tractor ears. He couldn't hear you.
Okay.
He's got it.
Yeah. I don't want to be a caller at an auction saying going once, going twice. Yeah.
Just calm down with your little gavel there.
You probably already know where we're going to start with, right? Once again, back to a multi-billion-dollar company that we're giving abatements to. That's where my first question is. And I know that we discussed this before, and this is the same token of 20% over 5 years, increasing 20% incrementally. I believe that's how it went the first go around, with God knows what other changes in between. Like I said, we've had 32 different off-ramps to screw them 6 ways till Sunday, but we ain't done it. Next one is back on the ordinance for, resolution for the bonds back and forth. Once again, nothing there. Is this another Hornicle shell game of buying and selling lower interest rate bonds, buying back bonds? We went down this road before with Daniel and ended up costing us quite a bit of money in the long run. Because once again, let's try this too. We're trying to put a referendum up for our form of government. Can we get DPW and the sewer and the water separated again, where we actually had money in those accounts with water and sewer and not in DPW and general funds? Because this seems to be where the biggest problem happened. We had it, once again, with this sewer going on over here, back on Greenberg's again. It's ironic how we swapped places out of Willingboro, that we sent our guy over there, we inherited theirs, and moved on, that we signed off on that. A little funny, because I don't think Doug would have signed off on that if he didn't have somebody pushing him on it, because we have an antiquated sewer plant here putting 400 homes on, 400 plus homes, if it ever comes to fruition. I see the pan sitting over there. You got 3627 sitting over there with a D8. I don't see the barns down yet. The whole cause of this problem. It was a blight to the community. The blight with the weeds, the barns, and everything else that are still sitting there. And I see 3627G sitting out front. They'll move 1,000 yards of dirt a day if they got decent operators on them. I run them. Water main, the same thing. Where we're at back on this bonding again, for taking care of them. Like I said before, I would never, ever want anybody with this administration to make an agreement for me in business, because God knows I would lose money. I've already lost probably $50,000, $60,000 a year from what went over there with the spot zoning that went on. If they put the sewer out the way they were saying too, with the stub that goes out North Pemberton Road, that only moves it further down the road, which is the next thing to go. We've discussed this before. It was in their original plan. What I'd like to know is, with the water tower and all the other stuff that was never mentioned the first go around,
How many variances are they looking for on this? Once again, another way to shut these people down. And at this point, even if you can't shut them down, make them pay for it. Because the next problem we're going to have is, I'm sure their illustrious fire department is going to want a paid fire department, a new fire truck to service that over there. The West End, the people are going to be increased in taxes because of all this stuff going on. People here, people in the audience, people on YouTube. All right? Want you to know, the school board's already pushing this. I don't ever want to hear taxes going up next year because of all this crap going on over there with infrastructure. Don't come to me because nobody on the west end of town has sewer, has water, but we pay the taxes and we pay more taxes than they do over on this side. So I don't want to hear it. The other problem you got, I had a little bit of a meeting the other night, redistricting. Now I know it has nothing to do with this council, but think about where you're all sitting at right now. It's already slated over there to be redistricted, the north side. There ain't that many people over there to start with. What do you think they're including in that? Where do you think those people are going to come from? They're coming from North Jersey. They're going to be in there. There will not be another Republican sitting on this diocese. Mark my word. So everything that you're doing right now, just take a knife and hold it to your throat because that's exactly what you're doing. So that's all I got to say. Thank you, and have a good evening. Sorry I missed all the fireworks earlier.
Anyone else?
Yeah. Hi, good evening. My name is Michelle Foreman. And I hope y'all weren't talking about me when you're saying people come up here talking, because I have a right to ask questions, I feel. I understand that you don't have to answer them if you don't want to. I try to come up here and talk respectful to the people. Once in a while I may have a slip, but it's hard when you guys talk like this because we don't know who you're talking to. But I think you're insinuating certain people. I would like to say something. I don't always agree with Vicky. I'm just going to say something. Sometimes I feel like when I come up here, it falls on deaf ears. I talked about y'all respecting the residents like you want us to respect you. Sometimes I don't agree with Vicky, but I love this girl. She's a good person. I don't appreciate. She's okay. I mean, she takes it with a grain of salt and all that. There's something about that. It's not sitting right with me. People dissing her or anybody else in this audience. But I talked about this last time. It's still happening. Doesn't matter what I say, I guess. I just want to say that I have two newspapers talking about the Acme redevelopment. Two. One the week before and one last week. I still don't understand what's going on with the Acme. If you're confused or you're trying to confuse me. But somebody cares about this because they put it in the paper. And I feel like I'm not getting my questions answered. And I voted y'all in. And I'll be honest with you, I'm on the fence right now. There's a lot of people that I know. I'm not saying tons. I don't talk to everybody. I don't go on Facebook. A lot of people are thinking about not voting Republican next time around. We voted for transparency. I'm not too happy about the one thing I will say to Vicky in a respectful way. Could you do me a favor, just as a person, not this township, but just give Mr. Gerber a fair chance. He hasn't been here but a few weeks. I'm just saying, you can do what you want. I can come up here and I can say what I want. Nobody's going to stop me or intimidate me into talking and saying what I want. I'm very upset to hear about this tax abatement for 4 seasons. Is this a new deal? I don't even know. The solar panels that you want to put out there, I'm not fighting the solar panels on the roofs, but are we going to have to pay to do restructuring on the roofs? As far as the solar panels out in the parking lot as a canopy, I mean, that's overdevelopment if you ask me. And the thing is, when were you going to tell us about this? I talked about the solar panels. Somebody here at that meeting said they're tearing down solar panels at Lenape. I'm sorry, I don't know the person's name, but she's raising her hand. Thank you. They're tearing down the solar panels at Lenape and Medford. Lots of them, apparently. And have you, Howie, looked into why they're doing that? It's a red flag, if you ask me. I mean, I don't know where I'm going to go because I sure as hell don't want to vote Democrat. I'll be honest with you. I'm not going to say too much about it, but that girl running for mayor, Democrat, she hasn't been to council meetings or zoning board meetings or economic development, or which, by the way, and I would be very uncomfortable voting for her, but I don't know where I'm going to go. If I can't vote for you, I don't feel, I'm on the fence with you guys, and other people are saying the same thing. People who fully supported y'all. Could you please tell me, Amy, how much more time I have? Okay. I just feel like we're going deeper and deeper into debt. Then we give somebody tax breaks. As far as the water, it went from 10 million down. I had a feeling, what was the deal? Was the deal that you're going to give them a tax break, and then you're going to? The thing is that I know it was in contract a long time ago or whatever, but the thing is that hold on, let me try to think. They got the money. You know, you got it from 10 million down. I understand you guys want a pat on the back for that. I understand you worked hard for that, but is this in exchange for a 5-year tax abatement? I'm not sure because I feel like there's some backdoors going on. Backdoor deals. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if anybody has anything to say about the two newspapers. They're telling two different things. And guess what? These are not the first articles on Browns Mills Acme Shopping Center. And my time is up, so I guess I don't have any time more to talk. But can I just ask what you're talking about, the resolutions you're going to talk about, and we're going to have a chance to talk about them again? Or are you all going to be talking about it amongst yourselves? You told a few of the residents that you're going to discuss that in a later time. When is that time going to be?
Right after you get done talking, we're going to start having.
Yeah, y'all going to talk, but are we going to be able to add to your conversation?
No.
So
it has never been that way.
I know, but you told them I don't want to talk about it right now because we're going to talk about it later. But you're not giving. You shut them up. They couldn't ask you any questions about it.
We let everybody ask all the questions they want. Your time's up, Michelle. Thank you very much.
Didn't ask any questions, but I don't think that's right either.
All right, we're going to close. Oh, all right. Yeah. Aren't the Phillies playing tonight? What's going on?
They stink right now. Joe Anderson, 41 Lindbergh Avenue, Browns Mills. I'll try to be more respectful from now on out. Maybe one meeting. I don't know. It just seems like you guys, you're bringing all of this on yourself. You really are. You're bringing it on yourself. I mean, I hate to disagree with some of the things like Mike says, and God, I can't agree with Vicky. I don't know how that's hard, man. That really is hard. But she's got some points. I mean, these all ran when you were running, when the warehouses were gone. You couldn't wait to get into the council with the warehouse thing. Harry, you were oh, Mr. Budget Guy, where are you guys saving money in this township? It's just constantly something's coming up. And with this thing with Mr. Boyd now, why wasn't that brought out in one of the previous meetings? You wouldn't have this now. I don't get it. I mean, you're bringing it on yourselves about some of this stuff, I think. I mean, I guess my question is, what are you doing to save the township money? What are you doing? Because that's what you run on. You said you were going to save this township some money. Where? When? Every time something comes up on this agenda, it's a yes. Especially from, it's you, Doyle, you, Harry, and Matt. When you three came on, before it was Josh and Dewey was the only ones, and now they can't get you three hardly on nothing. It's always you three. I second it. And Charles, you're just, I don't even know where you're at. I mean, you're just following Doyle and Harry here, it seems like. It's just about everything that comes up about spending is a yes. Yes, oh, we got to have it. When do we hear, well, maybe we don't need that playground equipment right now. 100 and some thousand. Where's that going? Pole Bridge? Is that where it's going? Well, take a ride up the Pole Bridge with your 5 municipal supervisors, because I was just up there yesterday. I went up to see Mrs. Taylor and made a right on Quail Run. And I had to drive through the woods almost to get over the potholes, to avoid the potholes. Does anybody ride around in this township and see the potholes? The road? That's ridiculous. And yet Mrs. Taylor told me they got on her about her trailer, the zoning or whatever, or code enforcement, about a trailer on the property that's falling down. But they can't see them potholes. So I guess the potholes will get fixed now since I'm up here bitching about it, right? Right? I see you took the signs down that looks a lot better now. Took them old wooden signs down. But I had to come up here and say something, right? I had to say something about my road being graded. People have to come up here and bitch about something to get something done. Because you can't see it yourselves. Because the most people that ride out of here, just about all of them, make a right. They don't go to Browns Mills. They don't live in Browns Mills. You don't live in Browns Mills, do you? No. Because you go out of here and make a right when you go home. That's what gets me pissed off. When people don't care about the town. Yeah, you care. But what are you doing to save the township money? You're the administrator. What are you doing? What are you doing to save the township money? Because I don't really ever hear you speak at none of these council meetings. To tell you the truth, you haven't impressed me one bit. I'm sorry. Have a good night.
Thank you, Joe.
And I will answer that. I study every single ordinance, every single resolution very carefully. And a lot of times the things that you constantly claim are expenses are actually grant funded, and many of them already have funding approved, and they were already approved years ago in some cases. A lot of this isn't new spending.
Thank you, Charles. All right, let's close open public resolutions. First, we got meeting minutes and resolutions. Anybody have anything they want to pull off the consent agenda?
I do.
Go ahead, Mr. Dewey.
131-2026.
Yes, sir.
136-2026.
Okay.
139-2026 and 143-26.
Okay. Anybody else? Nobody else? All right. So let me make sure that was 131, 135. Oh, well, I have 135 I need to talk about a little bit. 136, 139, 143, that was it?
Well, yeah, you gotta pull 7 because I was absent from some of those meetings.
The meeting minutes, all right.
It's got an asterisk next to it, so you can pull it.
Okay, so we'll pull the meeting minutes. And I guess, we'll go for, an approval on the. Sure, yeah, you want to talk about that? We'll pull that off, sure.
Which one?
144, Charles would like to discuss a little bit. All right, so, looking for a, amended, motion on the resolutions. Motion on the resolutions as amended.
Make a motion on the resolutions as amended.
Looking for a second.
I'll second.
All right. Roll call, please.
Mr. DeCharleroi,
Yes.
Mr. Dewey,
Yes.
Mr. Ward,
Yes.
Mr. Doyle,
Yes.
Mr. Harper.
Yes. All right. Now we'll go to approve the meeting minutes from February 4th, February 18th, and March 4th. Looking for a motion.
Motion to approve the minutes.
I'll second.
Mr. DeCharleroi,
Yes.
Mr. Dewey,
Yes.
Mr. Ward,
Yes, on the 18th, I have to abstain, 4th and March 4th and February 4th, I wasn't here.
Mr. Doyle,
Yes.
Mr. Harper.
Yes. All right. Moving along, we'll have a little discussion on 131. Mr. Dewey, you have the floor.
Okay, I'd like to start off with my colleagues pulling out ordinance number 14, and read the second paragraph. If Tim wants to read it, it'd be fine with me.
You don't want to wait till we get to 14 by itself? Or
Well, I want you to read the paragraph because it's going to tie in with this one. This is what we discussed back there.
Okay. 14 is for a first reading. It's going to be coming up. Ordinance of the Township of Pemberton, County of Burlington, and State of New Jersey authorizing financial agreement with K. Hovnavian at Rancocas Creek.
Yeah. All you,
LLC.
just read the second paragraph. That's all you got to read.
All right, pursuant to the 5-year exemption and abatement law. Is that what you want me to read, Danny?
It starts off, whereas June 2nd, 2021.
Okay.
The Township Council adopted resolution number 167, 2021, designating a parcel identified as block 786-01, lots 13 through 22, property or redevelopment area that's in need of redevelopment in accordance with the redevelopment law referred to here in the resolution. So what it's saying is, back in 2021, before any of us were on the council, this is what your council did. They condemned 2 barns. Is that correct, Patrick? Is it 2 barns and a silo? Said they were unusable, and this is how the property got condemned. It was a BS story because farms do not come under the same laws as a residential area. So they condemned that farm because of 2 barns and a silo, because they already had the deal made to sell this to the developer. That's how we lost the farm that the Gibersons farmed for 40 years. Okay? But the point that I want to make is this is 2021 before we even got here. So we lose a farm. They make all these deals, running water, doing this and doing that. And now they're still at the trough looking for stuff. My personal feeling is They already got pans there and a dozer. I don't think 1 inch of dirt should be moved off that property until those barns and the silo comes down, because that's how they got the property. And the barns are still up and the silos still up. And when they were farming the farm, Pat Giberson had probably about $1 million worth of equipment.
Anybody else have anything in reference to 131? I'd just like to reiterate, it's a three-part request. And as Mr. Dewey spoke earlier, these were all agreements that were brought well before anybody sitting up here was on council. But some of them we have to live up to. The first part of the agreement is in relationship to all we're doing is agreeing that they're going to pay to put in a light over by the Wawa for traffic, pedestrian traffic to get across there near the walking path. And now the second part is what's called a joinder agreement. The way I understand it, they bringing in another party to do act as a land bank, I guess, to help them with their financing and stuff. I didn't get enough information on who the partners were in that thing to really say anything about that. And the last part is about affordable housing fair share, which again, by state law, we have to agree to that they agreed to build 40 houses for affordable housing. Now, it's my considered opinion that we can cherry pick this and approve part 1 and part 3 and table the joinder agreement until we get further information that we need on this partner that they want to bring in. Again, we've made other agreements with them to fix what we could from the old administration. It's just my feeling that we at least need to approve an amended resolution here, but it's up to the rest of you guys. I'm looking for any kind of motion, whether you want to table it, you want to act on 2/3 of it.
I think it should be tabled until we get what we want instead of giving them what they want.
All right. Would you like to make that in the form of a motion, Mr. Dewey?
I make a motion that we do not approve this tonight and we get it straightened out where we do it our way and not them telling us what they're going to do. And it's going to be the same thing on the tax abatement when we get to that one.
All right, so motion to table, looking for a second.
I'll second that.
All right, roll call, please.
Mr. Dewey,
Yes.
Mr. DeCharleroi,
Yes.
Mr. Ward,
Yes.
Mr. Doyle,
Yes.
Mr. Harper.
Yes. All right, what was the next one? 135. Okay. The only thing I need to bring up for that, I see nothing wrong with it. Jennifer, I believe we need to add one sentence to that.
Yes, we just need to add a sentence that says subject to NJDOT approval.
Because apparently the state has been a little slow getting us the approval for that. So we just want to add that line into this. They were the lowest bidder. We don't want to hold this up. DOT approval comes in. So,
Jen, is that something we can do on the fly here? We're still approving this?
We're just making that added amendment.
Right.
Okay.
We're basically saying that the DOT gave the township a deadline to award the project. We are awarding it, but by adding that sentence, we're just saying this resolution doesn't go into effect until we have received the approval from the NJDOT. That's all we're doing.
Jen, if I could ask you a question. If I recall, this with Earls, this goes back 4 years ago with the funding, because it was done in 3 phases, I believe. So, it's nothing new. This has been in the works.
Correct.
And its funding's been already put aside.
Yes, the funding is there. There was a small issue that has been worked out, but in part of that, we just are waiting for the final stamp of approval from the DOT, and that's why we're adding that sentence, just to cover the township in saying that we're approving this, but it's not going into effect until we get the DOT stamp of approval.
Okay, thank you.
All right, and if nobody else has a question, I'll be looking for a motion on that one.
Make a motion to approve 135.
I'll second.
All right, we have a motion and a second.
Mr. Doyle?
Yes.
Mr. Dewey?
Yes.
Mr. DeCharleroi?
Yes.
Mr. Ward?
Yes.
Mr. Harper?
Yes. All right, the next one is 136. I believe that's you, Danny, again?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
I guess be poking the hornet's nest again. We have a problem. Well, if you could, I don't know, how many years has this been involved with the water bill to Wawa?
I believe it was 2024 when I brought it to everyone's attention.
Mm-hmm. Since the Wawa was there, their water bill was $84 a quarter, where it should have been between $800 and $900. And I've heard it's been taken care of. I heard from CFO that it wasn't taken care of. And I just think that Wawa's in a pickle where they have to need access through our property to fix their problem. And I just think it's the perfect opportunity to sit down with Wawa and take care of their water problem once and for all.
Thank you.
Okay, so again, if I lose votes again, I'm sorry, but I'm just trying to do what's right for the town. And I'm sticking to my word. I want this thing straightened out and put behind us, and then we can help them out with their problem that they got. But I think we're in the driver's seat on this.
So it's they haven't fixed that situation with the water bill yet?
Nobody knows.
Ro, do you have anything definitive on whether that's been taken care of or not?
My understanding is that last year they did send out a water bill. A very small amount was paid back to the township. I think that they may be off on their numbers. So I'm going to reach out to Tom again tomorrow to see if they got the EDUs right.
All right, so if nobody else has any questions on it, I guess we're looking for a tabling motion.
I'll make a motion to table 136.
I just want to make sure that when this comes up at the next meeting, we have all the information that we possibly need to make the right decision. Instead of, it's been paid, it hasn't been paid, it went on long enough. And a lot of people knew about it, and nothing ever got done. So,
Danny, it sounds to me like if they don't have our access through our property, it's probably going to cost them more money to get it done another way. So I don't see it. Probably cheaper to pay the bill if it's not paid.
Yeah, but I mean, somebody's going to have to get on it tomorrow and find out how much money they owe us. I mean, we're in the driver's seat on this.
Again, Harry, I say on my motion.
Okay, yep, so we have a motion and a second, I believe.
The table.
The table, yes.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear the second.
Oh, I'll second.
Okay, all right.
Mr. Doyle?
Yes.
Mr. DeCharleroi?
Yes.
Mr. Dewey?
Yes.
Mr. Ward?
Yes.
Mr. Harper?
Yes, next up, 139, I believe. Danny, I believe that was you again?
Yep. Let me just dig it out.
So the escrow agreement, 100%.
Yep. $138. Are we putting the money in the escrow account?
The money has been agreed upon, 5%, that we're going to put that in there. Ro, correct me if I'm wrong, or Joe, I know you worked on this a little bit. We're just they're taking the lead on the remediation. They still have to come to us to get the funds drawn out of that escrow account, but they're taking the lead on it.
So we're putting 5% of the 139, or are we putting the 139 in?
That's what the 5% of the total sale of the is. That was agreed upon, I believe, in the 4th or 5th Amendment. I'm not sure. So it's just they're taking the lead on hiring the firm to do the cleaning up, and they got to they'll pay it, and then they bring the bills to us to get reimbursed.
Okay. This is another great deal from before we were elected. I'll bring you up to speed a little bit. Township owns us. No, we don't even own the property yet, but we got $9 million invested, and we decided to sell it to the developer for $2.7 million. And the property was contaminated. The original owner's under litigation right now for pollution, but now we're going to be involved in escrow account with cleanup, which I have no idea why we got involved in this. Can anybody from administration answer my question? Or, I mean, this is totally stupid. Why we even get involved in this?
Danny, this is nothing to do with the pollution from the old dry cleaners. This is just water remediation, checking for PFAS and stuff like that. They have to do monitoring, testing, and stuff like that. And it's something that was agreed upon in the earlier agreements. I think if you remember, Jerry was still involved in this, and he said it was something that we should do.
Have we looked into state funding for this? Because I know that PFAS and PFOA contamination should be covered by a state grant. It is for individual houses, because we're going to be getting a water filtration system from the state.
You're partially correct. It is covered under federal monies because it's from the base probably, and Roe has done the initial reach out to them and all, and they will look at it, and if they find out it's from them, then we can backbill them. But right now, to get the settlement, we have to agree to this monitoring system. So
can we do kind of an end run around this? Get the groundwater there tested for it first, get it confirmed that the chemicals are present, and then move forward.
I mean, with any water monitoring, you got to keep doing monitoring for a certain amount of time. I don't know how long it is, but the test wells are there, and they did find there are. This is for continued testing over the period while they're doing construction.
Okay, so if they've already found it,
yes,
then we should be able to apply by now.
Well, we're waiting on the federal government.
Oh, we're waiting on the federal government. Oh, good Lord.
And this is why the lawyer that initially worked on this said just to put the 5% in the escrow, and as the time comes, we'll reach out to the government. You know how slow the federal government works.
Harry, the government's already admitted, if you go down Lewistown Road, heading towards the base, and when you get to the concrete barriers, it says welcome to the base, whatever it says. Everything below that, all the way to Pepper Road, is contaminated, and they've already admitted the guilt. Right? So that line goes from across there, and it's coming this way. So I don't understand why we're even getting involved in this when the government already had town hall meetings admitting that they have the problem. And the other thing is, we don't legally even own the property.
We do own the property.
Well, when did you buy it?
I didn't. The townships had it.
They never paid for it yet. Have they, Joe?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, Joe, didn't you take the deed up to be verified?
That was the deed I dropped off.
Yeah.
So then we got the check from Horizon for the property?
No, we own it. We haven't went to settlement yet.
You better check.
Go ahead, Joe. So I dropped off the deed for settlement from the township to the 100 Pemberton LLC. They stated that we own the property.
Okay. But I know a year ago, March of 22, when they got found guilty for what they did, and they were found guilty, Jack was still here, and they never paid Rocco, or whatever his name is. Because when he filed suit against the township, that was in the middle of COVID. So for 3 years, there wasn't any Burlington County courts. And when we went to court, we were only, from what I understand, there were 15 minutes when they got found guilty, and they had to pay him $3.7 million plus the interest for 4 years. And the last that we were told, Josh, I think you heard it, they had a court order to pay and they never paid. So as far as I know, we still don't even have clear title to the property, because when they tore the Acme down, we didn't even own the property. And that was another mess. So I don't know. Maybe they did pay it, but they didn't tell us.
Since there seems to be so much confusion, should we table this one until we can get clarification on who actually owns the property?
Well, we wouldn't have had a deed taken up to be verified if we, yeah, it was.
So we know for absolute 100% fact that the township owns the property. Okay.
Yeah, we do own the property. This $135,000 in an escrow was agreed upon in an earlier amendment. It's just specifying how, they're going to take the lead with the remediation company to do monitoring. They're going to turn the bills over to us. We'll reimburse them out of that escrow account. That's all we're voting on here. Yeah. So, anybody else have any questions? Anybody want to make a motion? Any thoughts? Nothing? Going once, going twice, 3 times, motion, it dies, I guess. Next one's 143. Danny, was that you again, 143?
Yes, it is. I forget what, let me see if I can find it here real quick.
What you got, Danny? Anything?
Trying to dig it out, Howard.
Okay.
Going as fast as I can here.
No problem.
Okay, let's see what's ready. Yeah, it's 143. Oh, you got 135 or 31. What? You got 139 now. I got it. We already did that. It's 143. Yeah, 143.
You want my copy of it, Danny?
It's the same thing we just talked about, isn't it?
Here.
Yeah. It's the same thing about the pollution.
It's some stuff is listed the same, some of the stuff is a little different. You got Joe sitting next to you. He worked on it. You can probably hand it to him, and he can explain whatever you want to.
Sure.
Yeah. So this one is for an amendment to the redevelopment agreement because it's a reallocation of the escrow funds that were previously agreed upon. This again allows the redeveloper to take some of that escrow money and use it for the LSRP.
And since number 139 was died, I would suggest this be tabled at this point.
All right. So I guess we're looking for a motion to table 140.
Motion to table.
143.
I'll second.
All right.
Mr. DeCharleroi,
Yes.
Mr. Dewey,
Yes.
Mr. Ward,
Yes.
Mr. Doyle,
Yes.
Mr. Harper.
No. All right, 144, Charles, I believe that was you.
Yeah. Just wanted to make a mention that this is not selling new bonds. This is selling bonds that we already have and are sitting on. We want to sell them for a better rate so that we can generate some revenue and knock down the debt. That's all I got to say on that one.
Yes, that's exactly what it is, Charles. Anybody else have any questions on 144?
Motion to approve 144.
Looking for a second?
Second.
Roll call.
Mr. Doyle,
Yes.
Mr. DeCharleroi,
Yes.
Mr. Dewey,
Yes.
Mr. Ward,
Yes.
Mr. Harper.
Yes. All right, now we got that out of the way. Moving on to ordinances for second reading, public hearing. Ordinance of the Township of Pemberton, County of Burlington, State of New Jersey, amending and supplementing Chapter 190 of the Township's Code of the Township of Pemberton entitled Zoning, as it prohibits the construction and operation of data centers within Pemberton Township. I guess we open it up for public comment. Anybody?
I have a question on it. Of course, I can't find the damn thing.
All right, well, let's see if anybody from the public has anything first, and then... No? All right, then Mr. Dewey, by all means, the floor is yours.
The data centers? Yeah, but I have my notes on it. I showed Joe the ordinance, and I think, and I didn't see it in the ordinance where there shouldn't be, like if somebody has a warehouse and they want to change it to a data center. I don't know. I got so many papers. I think it should be in there that there can't be any modifications or no conversions, where you can't convert a warehouse into a data center just to save our butts. That's the only point that I was trying to make with that. I didn't see it. I could be wrong. I'm always wrong. Yes,
I believe, I mean, I could be wrong also, but the way I read it, it eliminates data centers in all the GCLIs. I don't think it specifies new versus existing.
Accessory use?
Yeah, but I'm just, there should be, let's say you have a warehouse, you can't put in for a modification so you could have a data center.
I think that's what this is.
I'm not an
It's
attorney.
expressly prohibited as an accessory use.
Yeah.
I think that covers that. Am I right about that? That would prevent.
That's correct.
Yep.
They would not be permitted anywhere. They would have a right to go to the zoning board if they chose, but they would require use variance, the hardest one to get.
Well, this is a good move that we're making here. We actually have other townships for the first time reaching out to me as a council member saying, hey, can we get your wording on how you guys are doing this, that we're getting out ahead of this before anybody else. I can tell you some of the excerpts I've seen from billionaires talking to millionaires are saying if you want to make a step up, this is where they're investing their money. Data centers are the future for this country. So us shutting them down now with the draw on the water and everything that everybody else has heard, the electricity on the grids, it's 100% true. So for a change, there's actually other townships reaching out to us, specifically to me, asking how we're wording this ordinance to get it done because they want to do the same thing. And they're our neighbors. And I can tell you, if they don't do the same thing, the draw on the grid, the draw on your water supply, being a neighboring town to us, is going to affect us. Absolutely 100%. So this is huge.
And there's another thing that, as with all speculative investments, does anyone remember NFTs? How they were going to be the future of financing. Anyone heard of them in the past 3 years now? The data centers are based almost entirely on this massive AI inflationary bubble. And I don't know if you've been following markets on some of these AI companies, and even Microsoft. They are getting beaten down by their overinvestment in AI that their customers don't want. What they're trying to do now is keep the speculative bubble afloat, and when it crashes, it's going to crash hard. And townships who are burdened with these data centers are going to find this big, ugly building full of computer parts that no one has any use for.
Yeah, and as Perry said too, I had another township reach out to me about the same thing. They wanted a copy of the ordinance, and they all want to get on board with this, and we already have the ordinance on board. This is actually our first amendment to it. We're tightening it up even more, and we can tighten it up even more if we want to down the line. But I would approve this one, and if we want to make it tougher, we can add more language at a later date. What's that?
I don't think we should get on the zoning to that warehouse convert from like that warehouse down the street from me. What's to say they're not going to go to zoning and ask for a variance?
This is saying it.
This
is saying it can't.
To be clear, anybody can apply to a zoning board for a use variance for any use they want. If the zoning board would then have to make a determination if they would allow it. They have to meet the conditions for a non-permitted use, which is the most difficult proof that you have in land use, and would be very, very difficult for anyone to do it, but anyone is allowed to make that application. I want to be clear. We are prohibiting it everywhere in town. However, that just means that, like any other use that's not permitted, somebody could, if they chose, make an application. That would have to be noticed. The public would have the opportunity to comment. I'm quite confident the zoning board is not about to approve use variance for data centers.
Tim, do you feel comfortable with the verbiage in this ordinance that we're covered if we get this challenge?
I do, and we've already banned them throughout the town. This is simply amending it because the Finance Commission raised a technical issue.
Well, the planning board did too, so I was on that.
Okay.
I just want to make sure that we're covered 110%.
We absolutely are, and I think that other towns are actually looking to our ordinance to duplicate. I would love to.
Okay.
All right. If there's no more questions, I'm looking for a motion to entertain.
Make a motion to approve ordinance number 13, 2026.
Second. Yeah, right, Craig. I'm sorry, Craig.
It's okay. Mr. Doyle?
Yes.
Mr. DeCharleroi?
Yes.
Mr. Dewey?
Yes.
Mr. Ward?
Yes.
Mr. Harper?
Yes. All right, now we're moving on to ordinance for first reading. Introduction. We're looking at 14-2025, an ordinance of the Township of Pemberton. What's that?
2026.
Oh, 2026, I'm sorry. An ordinance of the Township of Pemberton, County of Burlington, State of New Jersey, authorizing a financial agreement with Cahavnavian at Rancocas LLC pursuant to the 5-year exemption and abatement law. Anybody on council have any questions about this? Discussion?
Yeah, just one comment on this. As Dan brought up, the fact that they got this property condemned because of those barns and that silo. Before I would entertain approving this, I want to see those buildings gone. That's all I got.
Okay. Any other council members?
Yeah, me.
Go for it, Dan.
Back to another bad deal. The only one that benefits here, the only benefit that it has for the developer, it's going to help him be able to sell houses because you're going to get a 5-year abatement on this house if you buy it. We made a deal with the township. But the biggest problem that I have is it's a 55 and over. So if somebody moves in there and they're 65 years old, they could actually freeze their taxes at a 40% discount.
Yep.
Okay? And it's another bad deal. It stinks, and I'm a no on it. They should get nothing. That's all I got.
And I mean, I did reach out. We have, due to a conflict, we have different attorneys on this one. And I reached out to them, and they understand our thoughts on that, Mr. Dewey, because I brought up the same concerns, and they were supposedly reaching out to KHA people to address this one. Just one of the things I want to read out here, in the second paragraph in this resolution, whereas of June of 2021, the Township Council adopted Resolution 167-2021 designating this parcel. 2021. None of us were up here. None of us responsible for this existing, issue.
In 2021, I was sitting in a chair back there next to Pat Giberson, and I looked right at Mr. Hornicle, didn't I? And I flat out asked him, and the mayor back then, are there any more tax exemptions or abatements anywhere in this town? And we were told no, weren't we, Pat?
Don't have those exact answers, and that's one of the reasons we have concerns.
Yeah. I would want to hear that exactly when this exemption begins. If it begins at the very start of construction, then it's going to be a couple of years before even the first house is ready for sale, and by that point, they'd be up to the 60% level by the time they're ready for sale. So if that's the case, then that might not be too bad.
Well, maybe we should come up with another ordinance for the 100 and some people that are going to lose their job at the school board, the aides, and give them a tax abatement because they're residents. They make $40,000 a year probably, and they got a good possibility of losing their job, and they're residents of our town. They're the people that deserve it and need it, not somebody coming from North Jersey.
All right, so until I guess what I'm hearing from the rest of council, until we get some of these questions answered, we should be tabling this ordinance. Looking for a motion.
A motion to table ordinance 14-2026.
I'll second.
All right, roll call.
Mr. DeCharleroi?
Yes.
Mr. Dewey?
Yes.
Mr. Ward?
Yes.
Mr. Doyle?
Yep.
Mr. Harper?
Yes. All right, moving on to the next ordinance for introduction, 15-2026. Ordinance of the Township of Pemberton, County of Burlington, State of New Jersey, amending and supplementing Chapter 182 of the Township Code of the Township of Pemberton entitled Vehicle and Traffic Specifications 182-19 and 182-45. Schedule O, regrading, I think that's regarding, sorry. It says regrading. Regarding turn prohibition. Any questions on this?
Yes.
Charles.
Where exactly is this? I got clarification of where Fairfield and 530 are. So it's the mid-access driveway opposite that. Is that in the old Acme parking lot?
So yes, this was requested by the county.
Okay.
To do this, the county came down and said they needed this.
So basically this is going to be so when that's redeveloped, they don't want people turning left on there. Okay.
County roads, yeah.
Now the other one, I don't know where County Road 669 is. Somebody said that's Juliustown?
Juliustown Road. Yeah.
Okay. So it says southerly driveway. That's also the one that comes out by what used to be the Dairy Queen?
It's the same project.
Yes,
Okay, so
yes, it's
so they
the
don't
one-
want left turns coming out from where the Dairy Queen used to be onto Juliustown Road.
Yep.
Okay, so now I got it.
Yep.
Joe, do we have a traffic study on this mess coming up?
That would be
Traffic study.
Planning.
Traffic study was done by Al and supposedly signed off on from the planning board.
I don't recall that one. Are they going to put the right turn on red on Pemberton Browns Mills Road and Lakehurst Road?
Danny, I do not. This is just something the county requested about the left-hand turns coming out of that place. So,
And this is definitely from the county.
yes, county requested. Yep, in anticipation of what's going there. So,
I don't believe that Al has turned in a traffic study yet for that project.
Rosemary, did Al do a compliance review and sign off on it?
For the Hobnanian site?
No, for the 100, the old Acme Center.
Oh, of course, yeah. There's all kinds of traffic studies and all kinds of reports on this.
Because I brought it to his attention about when they resurfaced that road a couple years ago, they eliminated the right turn on red because there's times where the traffic is backed up about 100 yards before the gas station, and then if somebody gets whacked coming out of O'Brien's or the post office, I can't get out of my driveway because it's bumper to bumper. And that's all because when they repaved and striped it, they eliminated the right turn on red. So let me tell you, everybody wants this shopping center, but when you get it, boy, you'll be sorry what you got.
I'm just trying to figure out the logistics here. I'm sorry to delay this, but Danny, you say you can't make a left on the Pemberton Browns Mills Road, and you can't make a left on
to go to the base.
The base.
No, it's coming out of the parking lot.
Yeah,
The county doesn't want you to be able to make a left-hand turn. They have to go
on the Pemberton Browns Mills Road.
They're going to put a roundabout.
No, on the Juliustown.
On the Juliustown Road.
Yeah.
Okay, where was the other one that was restricted?
It's further down Pemberton near Princeton Bank. This is what the county's requesting.
That's going to be interesting.
It's like Lakehurst Road in 70.
Yeah. My question is then how seeing no way to make any lefts, that's going to create quite a problem.
Now, Chief Glass, it sounds like our boys are going to make some money on illegal U-turns, huh?
Has anyone talked to the county in response to this about the logistics of being completely incapable of making left turns on
Charles,
roads?
I would definitely go talk to Joe sometime soon because that's not going to work out, man.
Just to clarify, this doesn't affect all the driveways on the property, just two.
Yeah, right. And it just, I get that. I still understand that. You know what I mean? But it's like, you better buy a car from England and drive on the right-hand side. I don't know.
Josh, they're going to tear down the old palace and put a jug here.
Oh, is that what
Yeah.
Okay.
Just what we need.
All right. Any motions to entertain? Either
I think we should request the county engineer to come in with his dog and pony show and show us his best.
Yeah, I suggest we table this and have the county come in and explain exactly how this is going to work. No. When they demand this, they come here.
Hold on. Wait, listen to what I'm saying, Charles. Right? That's not really. I understand what you're saying, and that's very nice. Right? But what I would expect would happen is the council president to form a subcommittee to go over and meet with the county over in Mount Laurel and find out what Joe's looking for, because that's who you need to talk to.
All right.
All right, well, I guess, first thing we gotta do is decide to table this, I guess, and then we'll ask for a subcommittee to meet on this. Hey, at least something to make you laugh.
Hey, right, yeah, I'll make a motion to, table ordinance number 15, 2026. What's our next meeting? Or do we need to just leave it open-ended?
I would
What would the
suggest
recommendation
leaving
be?
it open.
Okay.
I'd suggest leaving it open.
Yeah, let's leave it open-ended, right?
The county's not fast to respond.
No.
so.
I'll second that.
All right,
Mr. Ward,
Yes.
Mr. Doyle,
Yes.
Mr. Dewey,
Yes.
Mr. DeCharleroi,
Yes.
Mr. Harper.
yes, and on that, row, could you put for our different, events that we have going on our parks, that need them for the summer months? Anybody have any questions on
Yeah,
it?
who had the question on the Mr. Bob's? I know somebody did. Yeah.
He's cool.
This is for the entire year for all the uses of
For the
of
season, that's.
for the season. Yeah.
Yep.
And this is fairly comparable to what we spent last year.
All right.
And at the time, for most of last year, we didn't have Mr. Brunson on here doing everything he's doing now, so I think that's nominal for the number of increases of outdoor recreational activities we've had. And I think as far as wants and needs, I think a portable toilet would probably fall under needs.
Yeah.
Harry, a couple months ago, we bought, I think, 6 game cameras for littering in the woods.
Yeah, I don't know how many we bought. Yeah.
Well, I know in PL they kept getting knocked over, so maybe we should fix some cameras in the bad spots so maybe we can catch the orangutans tearing up the Mr. Bob's. We supposedly have the cameras, they're all done hunting now. They should be back.
Yeah, I don't know if they had any problems with the portable potties last year, but we can certainly talk
America, have you had problems in PL with the tipping? No? Or was it Country Lakes? I know one of them, they kept flipping them or something. At the new park.
I'm sure, well, we can talk to Public Works about putting cameras if there is a problem area. Right now, just looking for a motion to approve the porta potty.
I'll make a motion to approve, new business, was it A1?
A1, yeah.
I'll second.
All right.
Mr. Ward,
Yes.
Mr. Dewey,
Yes.
Mr. DeCharleroi,
Yes.
Mr. Doyle,
Yes.
Mr. Harper.
Yes. All right. New business A2, firewall protection from Premier Technologies in the total amount of $5,851. Questions, conversation?
I have a question. Ro, is this the same outfit or IT people?
Yes, it is.
Are we happy with that?
I don't work directly with them in the past.
All right. I know we need it, so.
Oh, come on. Can't we just risk being hacked by Iranians?
All right, looking for a motion.
Make a motion to approve new business A2.
I'll second.
All right.
Mr. Doyle,
Yes.
Mr. Ward,
Yes.
Mr. Dewey,
Yes.
Mr. DeCharleroi,
Yes.
Mr. Harper.
Yes. New business A3, codification of ordinances from general code in the total amount of $4,820. Any questions,
Amy,
comments?
can you explain what this is for and how it works?
These are all the ordinances that the council has approved in the past, at this point, it's the past, 18 months worth that gets sent over to General Code, the company that codifies our ordinances into our township code book. And this is the fee for that, for them to take them all and put them
Now,
within.
is this for the year or is this just year to date what we have done?
This goes up until what we currently have.
So we do this once a year?
We try to do it once a year, yes.
Okay.
This is about 18 months worth,
All righty.
end of 2024 till current.
All right, looking for a motion.
Make a motion to approve A3.
Or a second on the motion.
I'll second.
All right.
Mr. Doyle,
Yes.
Mr. Ward,
Yes.
Mr. Dewey,
Yes.
Mr. DeCharleroi,
Yes.
Mr. Harper.
Yes. All right. Moving on to the bill list. Anybody have any questions, comments on the bill list?
Yeah, there's a bill on there for GoDaddy. Is any? I gotta find it now.
It's a web hosting.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. What are we doing with GoDaddy?
Know the amount or anything, Danny?
Pages I don't know.
They don't have page numbers.
Mr. Dewey,
Go ahead.
I'm not exactly sure. I don't handle the website, but that is either for the retaining our domain name or the actual hosting of the website. I'm not clear on which one it is, but that's the fee for that.
Yeah, I have my own little website, and I'm trying to find one that's cheaper because it's expensive, even though I don't hardly get any traffic.
All right. I'll get with Candace on that.
Brother, you know anything about-
Actually, that's a question that Sunshine can answer. She's the one that does the website.
Dookie dookie.
Okay. Anybody else have any questions? If not, looking for a motion.
Make a motion to approve the bill list dated 4/10/2026.
Second from anyone?
Yeah, I'll second it.
All right.
Mr. Ward,
Yes.
Mr. Charleroi,
Yes.
Mr. Dewey,
Yes.
Mr. Doyle,
Yes.
Mr. Harper.
Yes. All right. Now we're through that. Mayor's at 40,000 feet tonight, so he won't be able to tell anybody anything. Business administrator, you have anything good for us?
Okay, so just an update. We've been aggressively working at this budget. Obviously, it's going to be a really tough year. We've went back several times to make cuts. We should have something in it probably in May to introduce. So keep tuned then. The other thing is that we are working on a lot of these grants, and one of the comments made tonight about what have I done for the township? I've established to have these grant meetings every other week, and if we didn't have these grant meetings every other week, I could tell you that you guys would be probably about $5 million in the hole right now. So they are very important, and we are closing them out, and it's only for your benefit. The last thing is that we have a GWU contract, and that is also, they've been out of contract since 24. So we have a lot of stuff that we're doing with that to try to get this passed so these people can get paid properly. One last final thing is that the township received a notification from the state that we were awarded $25,000 so we can start working on a BPU energy project, which will help us on their sustainable New Jersey qualifications to get to the next level.
Thank you, Lou. I jumped over to solicitor again. Do you have anything to report tonight? All right, thank you very much. Any of the department heads have anything to say? Go ahead, Mr.
I just want to say thank you for the community that has been supporting our events and activities, and also stuff we've been doing, BMIA tag, and various things. We've had a good year so far, and we plan to continue.
All right, thank you, sir. Go ahead, Chief.
It took me a minute to find my email, but the GoDaddy thing is to maintain the Pemberton-TWP website.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. All right. Council people, let's start with Mr. Ward tonight.
Oh, wow. Thank you, sir. I just got a couple different things. Listen, I can honestly say